What's up everyone, it's your boy LJ, and in this video I'm going to talk about barbell rack storage. If you're new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe, and if you like the video, please make sure to show the thumbs up button. Some love. So I've been lagging with storage in my garage gym, and as of this moment all of my barbells are on the ground. I'm looking at them right now. It's terrible, I know, but I just haven't gotten around to getting any storage and whatnot. I had been looking around for storage for a bit, but I just didn't really get around to pulling the trigger until just recently. I don't know what it was. I mean, it could have been the cost. It could have just been the fact that I didn't really know how I wanted to store it. I knew that vertical storage for the barbells would be better as far as not taking up a lot of space on the wall, but I knew that I wanted like the gun rack style barbell storage because I don't know, I just think it looks cool. So I ended up getting two gun rack style barbell storage things from Amazon, and each one holds 3 barbells. I mean, it seemed like it was fairly cheap, so I went for it. And then I also ended up ordering some hooks just because I had seen someone use those for barbell storage, but also because of my bands that I have, and I figured I might as well, if I was going to be ordering storage for the barbells, then I might as well get storage for the bands and then kind of see if finally it'll get me into like getting more storage just for all my other stuff in general. I do have this stuff here, so I'm just gonna open it real quick before I actually go ahead and install it, just so I can show you all what it is that I'm working with. So I'm gonna start with this. So let's see here. And literally they are just hooks. Let me just open one of them just to kind of show you. Each one comes with 2. They weren't too expensive. They were $9.99, and then so after shipping it was $12.01 and whatnot. This is what they look like right here. I had read somewhere that someone used this for their actual barbell. Each one holds up to 45 pounds. So they used 2 of these, and this is how they stored their actual barbell. I almost went with just a whole bunch of these, but I ended up ultimately not. Again, like I said, these are $9.99 for each pair of these. And it does look like it comes with like the screws for if you're gonna do it into drywall and whatnot, which is exactly what I'm gonna be doing shortly. Anyhow, those are the hooks. But I also got a barbell gun rack style type storage. So this one's a bit heavier, so here, and this was like $57 for both of them. So like I said, you can store up to 3 on here. I'm gonna see how this is looking. Okay, so a box within a box. That's cool. All right, cool. So I'm looking a little messed up, but whatever. Okay, so it's okay, yeah, so this is basically it. So it's a 2 pair of these. I'm sure you've seen these. So I will be storing my barbells horizontally like so. And these are lined with that UHMU plastic liner right here. So there is I mean, it looks like it'll be fine, but if you can tell, it looks like it's just right above where the actual steel is. I was reading one of the reviews and I think they said like it would still hit on the steel, but I mean, I don't see how that would be the case considering that the liner actually goes above the steel here. So like I said, I got 2 pairs of these. Comes with the screws and the anchors needed in case you're gonna do it into drywall. So these are pretty massive. So anyhow, we'll see how it goes. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 more screws, and 4. So this is made out of 7-gauge steel. Like I said, it has the UHMU plastic liner. It is rated to hold up to 440 pounds. So we'll see. I mean, 3 bars shouldn't be a problem. Even with the cambered bar that weighs about 85 pounds, it shouldn't be a problem. And I paid $56.28 for both pairs. So all in all, it was about $61 because of Prime shipping. So not too bad. I mean, that's kind of why I pulled the trigger too. It was fairly inexpensive. They're not exactly perfect. I mean, you can tell some of these have some dings and whatnot. And even on the inside, the plastic liner has like some scratches or whatnot. But all in all, I mean, it's gonna be used for storage, so whatever. I'm not that picky. As long as the thing does what it's supposed to do, then it is what it is, you know? Anyways, I'm gonna try and install it. I'm gonna try and do my best to kind of showcase some of that. So we'll see how this goes. All right, now I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm not super handy when it comes to power tools and all that stuff. Granted, I technically didn't need any power tools this time around, but I did mess up. You know, I think I just got nervous. Y'all making me nervous. I just completely forgot. If you're watching, look, if you want to make your life a little bit easier, make sure that you pre-drilled the hole before you start screwing in the screws, pretty much for anything that you do. I don't know why I completely blanked on that aspect. If you don't pre-drill, then odds are your screws might go in crooked depending on how you're leveraging yourself to screw it in. And yeah, so I kind of learned that the hard way, the first two holes. The funky thing is that I had been charging the battery on the drill and I just completely, I don't even know what happened. I just completely forgot about it. It was right there in plain sight. The drill was anyways, because the charger is literally right next to like where my barbell setup is now. So I honestly, I don't know what happened. It was a complete bonehead move. I know you see some of these videos and they're like super quick, 5 minutes, boom, done. Nah, this took me a while. This took me a hot minute. And I think it looks pretty good. I'm glad that the stuff is off the floor. Definitely still need a few more things as far as storage goes, just for some of those like smaller items, like the rope for tricep extensions and whatnot. I mean, granted, I could probably hang them up now on some of these hooks, or even get more hooks so that I can just hang them up on there. But I don't know, we'll see. I also don't want the wall to look too cluttered. Right now, I think it looks fairly clean. It's definitely giving me some space back off of the floor. Yeah, that's it. Some of the tools that I did use, just in case you're curious to know, it was a 17mm socket and a socket wrench with the extender. This is what I mean right here by the extender. So I used the extender because of the fact that the side walls where the actual barbell sits, it kind of gets in the way when you're screwing it in, so the extender does come in handy. And that's also where I messed up initially, because I wasn't using the extender. I got in there and the screw got in there all wonky, so it's a little off, but you can't tell, so it is what it is. I also used the drill bit and the drill, of course, once I got going on the second set of screws, because I wanted to make my life easier. And also, before I forget, I ended up drilling into the 2x4s that are right behind the drywall. Because of the anchors that they came with, those actually looked really flimsy. For the Yes For All gun rack storage thing, it came with these anchors, and I mean, they just look flimsy. The drywall isn't this thick. So I actually opted against putting straight into the drywall, and I actually opted to drill into the 2x4s that are behind the drywall. So that's also why I needed the drill bit to make my life a little bit easier when I was screwing them into the actual 2x4s. So definitely made my life easier to pre-drill. I would also mention that if you're going to be drilling into the 2x4s, which are likely behind the drywall, you might want to use a stud finder. Don't worry, I'm not gonna make any corny stud finder jokes. But if you are gonna drill into 2x4s, it will definitely make your life easier if you use a stud finder, so that you're not just guessing. You could also do the little tap method, you know, where you go tap, tap, tap with the hammer or something and see if it sounds a little deeper. But yeah, definitely stud finder will definitely make your life easier. That's pretty much it. Stud finder, a 17mm socket, socket wrench, extender, the drill. Didn't need anything else. You shouldn't need anything else. Now, as far as the actual utility hooks, those came with 2 anchor types as well. So they came with these anchors, and that's if you're gonna drill into a 2x4, so straight into wood. And they also came with these right here. See if I can zoom in on that. So these are if you're gonna go straight into drywall. I ended up going with the drywall ones because they weren't gonna be carrying as much weight anyways, so I decided to go into the drywall and make my life a little bit easier. These are pretty straightforward. You just tap them in and then you just screw the rest of it on. Pretty straightforward. All in all, it came out pretty good. It took me a little bit longer than I anticipated. I guess I'm always a little bit overly optimistic as far as some of these projects. And again, I'm not super handy dandy. So anyways, it got done. It looks sick. I love it. This is what it looked like before. The wall and everything on the floor and whatnot. And this is what it looks like now. But anyways, that's it. Let me know what you think in the comments about the before and the after. Are you a fan of these barbell gun rack style storage systems? Or do you prefer the vertical storage system because it does save up some space? I think that the gun rack style barbell storage looks pretty sick, so that's why I went with it. But it's not everyone's cup of tea. Anyways, thanks again for watching. If you have a minute, go check out my Instagram. It's myboylj, just like the YouTube channel. I post daily and it's all fitness related-ish. So go check it out. It's myboylj. Thanks again for watching. This is your boy LJ, and I'll catch you next time.